Let us start the session with a prayer. All of you sit comfortably, close your eyes, join your hands in a Namaskara Mudra. Focus your mind on your breath. Take a couple of deep breaths. Inhale deeply. स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे त्रयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दशूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणी। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Welcome to the theory classes on yoga instructor course of S. Vyasa, conducted by Swami Vivekananda Yoga Trust. In the last class, we had the introduction to the yoga. In that, we have discussed the objectives, the definitions of yoga, and different some other aspects, misconceptions of yoga, what is yoga, what is not yoga. Then today, unit number 2, we will discuss why yoga. The previous class we have discussed what is yoga, what is not yoga. Now today topic is why yoga. See, one important point, anything which is not useful to us, we don't accept. Like the science is developing a lot, there are so many things are developed, and certain things we are using continuously, certain things are become outdated. Take the example of recent changes in the technology. Like 10 years ago or 10 to 15 years ago, we used to use the tape recorder, correct? I think most of you know the tape recorder. I don't know about the Fazal and other people. I think you also might have known the tape recorder.
Sir.
So we used to have the tape recorder, and the youth of those days, means people like me. It is a very fashion style, getting some small Walkman, keeping to the point and putting the earphones, connecting to the Walkman and walking in the streets. Wow. So, we are putting some cassette, listening as if we are so stylish people. And after a few years, what happened? Cassettes gone, tape records gone, and Walkman gone. Now came the MP3 players. And people used to have some exclusive MP3 player with so many movie songs and other things. The style they used to listen, keeping in the MP3 player in the pocket, or some hooks will be there. And after a few years, that also gone. Now mobile phones came. Within the mobile phones, we are using the SD card and putting all the things, and we used to watch. Now that also gone. Now smartphones came. Not only listening to the movie songs, now you can also watch the songs. That means as the technology is developing, as we are progressing in the science, many things we are using and they are becoming outdated. Within the smartphone, If you are having the 6 or 7 years old smartphone, Samsung phone, there YouTube won't work, Facebook won't work, and it will say update, update. When you are trying to update, it says your system is not supporting, your system is not supporting. Until unless you update, you cannot use that app to update. Your system is not supported. That means your system is outdated. Like this, many things are coming and going, coming and going. But one thing we need to understand here, why they are going? Because they are outdated, no more useful to me. Tape recorder, no more useful to me because the MP3 players are there and this mobile phone is there. Hence, tape recorder is no more useful to me. I am not saying tape recorder is not good. What we are saying, tape recorder is not useful to me. Hence, I don't require to keep it with me. Correct? But when you look at the yoga, ever changing, it was there, now also it is there. In the past and present, of course, future definitely it will be there because we all are becoming the yoga teachers. Hence, it is going to be there in the future also. So society accepted the science and technology when it gives the comfortness to our life. As long as they are comfortable to us, we are maintaining them, we are keeping with us. The moment we feel they are not comfortable to us, we are giving up. That's what is given in your study material, in the introduction. I am following just your study material, okay? So that it helps, useful to you when you study by your own. That is the idea. Now, when you look at this yoga, yoga is continuously is there. And these days, many people are coming to yoga because they are getting the benefits of yoga. They are seeing the benefits of yoga, the application of yoga in health, in watering of executive tensions is also mentioned along with the work for the practitioner of yoga. Yoga is not only simply for the keeping the promotion of the positive health, also yoga is used to curing point of view. Yoga therapy is also is developed. Now, application of yoga. When you look at this application of yoga, it helps us for all-round personality development. When we say all-round personality development, if you look at your page, study material page number 10, you are having a beautiful picture. One is the muscular level, pranic level, mental level, emotional level, intellectual level. So these are the layers which constitute the personality. In general, we say personality means the character, the behavior. But the character, behavior is a part of the personality. వీటితో పాటు ఇంకా మానసికంగా అభివృద్ధి, శారీరకంగా అభివృద్ధి, జ్ఞానం పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో అభివృద్ధి, మన యొక్క ప్రాణశక్తిలో అభివృద్ధి, ఇవన్నీ ఉండాలి. సో అండ్ యోగా ఇస్ అ టూల్ which helps for us for all-round personality development. How? Look at the muscular level in the diagram. If you look at the picture, it gives a deep relaxation. When you practice the yoga, it gives a very deep relaxation to the body. Correct? And also, when you look at the pranic level, it slows down the breathing rate. If your breathing rate is very fast, opposite, which is not good, it disturbs the mind. Hence, at the pranic level, through pranayama, slowing down the breath, and it also balances. According to the research, for a human being, for 1 minute, they will take in between 15 to 18 times inhalations and exhalations. In general, we are not talking about the yogis. In general, a common man, it will be 15 to 18 times for 1 minute inhalations and exhalations. If you look at the dog breathing very fast. It goes on. How many years the dog will live? Dog's lifespan is 20 years maximum. Not more than that, 18 to 20 years. Why? Its breathing rate is very fast. You look at the turtle ante tabelu. Its lifespan is 300 years. Why its lifespan is 300 years? Because it takes the breath, one inhalation, one exhalation in 1 minute in average. So where dog is taking the so many inhalations and exhalations within 1 minute, its lifespan is 20 years. Whereas the turtle is taking the one breath per minute, it lives the 300 years. Whereas human being, it is a 15 to 18. Now, if you now look into the yoga point of view, if you bring your breathing rate less than 15, yogis, those who are practicing the yoga, their breathing rate will be around 12 to 15 per 1 minute. Then only you are called a practitioner of a yoga. Even though we may be practicing yoga, if your breathing rate is very fast, more than 15 or more than 18, we are not a yogis. So pranayama helps us to bring this breathing rate down. So at the pranic level, the slow breathing, when the breathing is very slow, you will have a more concentration. When you are having the more concentration, you will develop the more creativity. Patanjali Maharshi says in Patanjali Yoga Sutras, as the benefit of the pranayama, dharanasucha yogyata manasaha. So he says, dharanasucha yogyata manasaha. You can able to concentrate when you practice the pranayama. So hence, yoga helps us to bring your breathing rate down, to calm down, to slow down, so that the mind will be very calm and relaxed. No tensions. Even though tensions are there outside, it will not be reflected within us. That is the benefit. Then next, mental level. In the mental level, yoga helps us to increase the creativity and willpower. In this 21st century, those who are successful in their business, they are having the creativity. If you don't have the creativity, we are not going to be successful in our profession. Because everyone is having the same business, everyone having the same profession, but only a few people are successful. Why? Because of this creativity. And especially in this 21st century, in the modern time, we all are using the technology. So in the technology, in the usage of the technology, the more you use your creativity, the more you will be a successful person. I will give one example. These days, every profession, individuals as well as the business people, they will have their own website, correct? Most of them are having their own websites, or some Facebook page, or some blog, something. And when you are creating some flyers and you are sharing the flyer, and when you look at some flyer, the moment if it is attractive for your appearance, then only you will look into what is given in the flyer. The moment when you see something and you don't feel to read, even though some important information is given to us, maybe useful to us, because the flyer is not attractive, we don't bother to read it. Sometimes flyers are so attractive, like look at the movie people, how they release the posters. Creativity, nothing else, it is just creativity. The creativity is the doorstep to attract the people to, it is an invitation to the people to come. That comes only from the mind. So creativity is very, very important to be successful in the society. And the second point is a willpower. I am having the willpower to sit in the class for 1 hour without moving my body. Even the body is not cooperating, sometimes when you are having the strong willpower, we can able to sit. I'll give a few examples. The people, those who don't have the legs properly, means those who cannot able to walk, with their willpower, they climbed the mountain. Many people. Look at the Helen Keller, who don't have the eyes, but just with the willpower, created the script for the blind people. That is called Sankalpa. Druda Sankalpam. In Telugu we call Druda Sankalpam. ఏదైనా సరే దృఢ సంకల్పం ఉంటేనే మనం జీవితంలో ఏదైనా సాధించగలుగుతాము. ఆ సంకల్పం అనేది స్ట్రాంగ్ గా లేకపోతే జీవితంలో ఏది సాధించలేము. ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ఇన్ అవర్ పూజ, వెన్ యూ డూ ద పూజ, అయ్యగారు ఏం చెప్తాడు? ఆ సంకల్పం చెప్పండి అంటాడు. మనో వాంఛ ఫలసిద్ధి రస్తు, మనం ఏం చెప్పకపోతే అయ్యగారే డిసైడ్ చేస్తాడు సంకల్పం. మనోవాంఛ ఫలసిద్ధి రస్తు, పుత్ర పౌత్రాది ధన కనక వస్తు వైఢూర్యాది అభివృద్ధి రస్తు. ఇట్ ఈస్ సంకల్ప. ఆ సంకల్పం స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉండాలి. సంకల్పం స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉంటే, వెన్ యూ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ద దృఢ సంకల్ప, ద స్ట్రాంగ్ విల్ పవర్, యూ కెన్ డూ ఎనీథింగ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. If the mind is not strong, mind is weak, then even though you are having the opportunities, you cannot do anything. So that is a mental level. Yoga helps us to make very strong. Then next comes the emotional level. Emotional, what do you mean by emotions? I like this, I hate that. I like this, I don't like that. Emotions. You know, if you show something, oh, I like it, I want to do it. I don't like this, I don't want to do it. We are going with the emotions, not with the facts. You ask the modern children. Recently, I had an opportunity to interact with youngsters, those who are completed their intermediate. They want to take the BTech. Nothing wrong. I asked them, okay, you want to do the BTech? Can you tell me why you want to do the BTech? You know, my friends are doing it, it's why I also want to do. Emotions toward the friendship. We are not talking about the right or wrong. నేను మంచా చెడా అని చెప్పట్లేదు, వాస్తవాలు చెప్తున్నాను. My friend is doing, I want to do. Or some people say, you know, my parents told me to do, I am doing. You don't have the clarity why you have to study, what you have to study, just because someone told you are doing. Clarity, emotions, attachment. My friends are doing, I am doing. The ridiculous answer. Maybe your friends are having the clarity why they are doing, but you should have the clarity. Emotions. When it comes for the food, I like this, I want to eat only this. Attachment, these emotions has to be balanced. These emotions has to keep, we have to keep under the intelligence. That more we will see. Yoga helps us. So when you are developing your intelligence, automatically your emotion levels will come into the proper attitudes, enhancing happiness in life and equipoise. You will equip with the proper tools to balance your emotions. Whenever you are happy because of your likes and dislikes, whenever you are unhappy because of your likes and dislikes. ఈ రోజు మీరు సంతోషంగా ఉన్నారంటే మీ ఇష్ట అయిష్టాలే కారణము. ఈ రోజు మీరు దుఃఖంగా ఉన్నారంటే కూడా మీ ఇష్ట అయిష్టాలే కారణము. ఈ ఇష్ట అయిష్టాలు comes under the mind. So this ishta and ayishta, these likes and dislikes, has to go with the education, with the vidya. So yoga helps for us to balance our emotions. One of the definition in the last class we have seen, samatvam yoga uchyate. What do you mean by samatvam? Equanimity. Equanimity what? Equanimity between siddhi asiddhi, success and failure. What happens to us when you are successful? Yes, Nanta hero evadu ledu. I am the hero, I am so great. If any failure, వై మీ నాకే ఎందుకు అవుతుంది, నాకే ఎందుకు అవుతుంది జీవితంలో. This comes in the emotions. So we need to have the balance in the emotions. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga helps for us to emotional balance. Emotional ఉండకూడదు అని చెప్పడం లేదు నేను. ఎమోషన్స్ ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఉంటాయి. ఉన్న ఎమోషన్స్ ని మనం బ్యాలెన్సింగ్ గా పెట్టుకోవాలి. When we love someone, that is also emotion. Love అనేది ఉండాలి. You need to love. It is emotion. But a love should not become an attachment. That is important. Then that is called a balance. You love, otherwise what we say in the name of yoga, నేను ఎవరిని లవ్ చేయకూడదు, నేను ఎవరిని ప్రేమించకూడదు, నేను కఠినంగా ఉండాలి ఎందుకంటే నేను యోగిని, నాకేం ఉండకూడదు. No, that is not the yoga. You have the relations, you have the emotions, but that emotions should not cause for the attachment or for aversion. ప్రేమ అనేది ఉండాలి, కానీ ఆ ప్రేమ అటాచ్మెంట్ బంధంగా మారకూడదు. ఎప్పుడైతే ఎమోషనల్ గా మనము ఇంబ్యాలెన్స్ గా ఉంటామో, దట్ లవ్, దట్ ప్రేమ విల్ బికమ్ ద అటాచ్మెంట్ యాజ్ ఎ బాండేజ్, బంధంగా మారుతుంది. ఎప్పుడైతే ఎమోషన్స్ మనము బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ గా ఉంటామో, ఆ ప్రేమ అనేది ఉంటుంది, అది బంధంగా మారదు. అంటే unconditional love will be there. When you are balanced in your emotions, still you will love, but your love is unconditional and without getting any attachment, without any aversion. So yoga helps for us. The next, intellectual level. So in the intellectual level, it sharpens our intellect and calming down the mind. Of course, this is interrelated, intellect and mind. When the mind is calm, automatically the intellect will reflect. When the mind is agitated, intellect won't reflect. So yoga helps for us sharpening the intellect. What do you mean by sharpening the intellect? Either the pencil తీసుకొని షార్ప్నర్ లో పెట్టి షార్ప్ చేసుకుంటాం చూడు, అట్లా కాదు. Intellect does not sharpen, the intellect does not mean that taking a pencil, putting in the sharpener and making it sharp. No, then what is the sharpening the intellect means? Improving the discriminative faculty, discriminative analysis. That is called sharpening the intellect. The more you develop your discrimination, the more you can use your intellect. Discrimination, sharpening the intellect. What do you mean by discrimination? Discrimination means ability to know what is permanent, what is impermanent. The discrimination means ability to recognize what is Shreyas, what is Preyas. I am using the language from the Kathopanishad. Discrimination, ability to know the big difference between the Shreyas and Preyas. Let us see what is the Shreyas, what is the Preyas. Shreyas అంటే మనం తెలుగులో చెప్తాం శ్రేయోభిలాషులు అంటాం. ఎవరిని శ్రేయోభిలాషులు అంటాము? వాళ్ళు మాట్లాడే మాటలు కొంచెం కఠినంగా ఉండొచ్చు, వాళ్ళు చెప్పే విధానం కొంచెం కఠినంగా ఉండొచ్చు, కానీ వారు చెప్పింది కనుక మనం విని ఫాలో అవుతే చివర్లో మనం ఆనందంగా ఉంటాం, సంతోషంగా ఉంటాం. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ శ్రేయస్. ఇన్ ద బిగినింగ్ ఇట్ మే బి ఛాలెంజింగ్, ఇట్ మే బి డిఫికల్ట్, but at the end it is a good for us. That is called Shreyas. What is the Preyas? The Preyas is, in the beginning it is more attractive, more tempting, at the end result painful. Example, sweets చూస్తాం, wow, tempting గా ఉంటాయి, nice pullareddy sweets are there, and some other sweets which are made within full nice pure ghee, nice smell is coming, I want to eat, I want to eat, I want to, tempting, and you eat the more sweets. Then afterwards what happen? You will become sweet. You will become sweet means you will become the diabetes. Then problem, oh my God. Then doctor will say you should not eat this, you should not eat that, don't eat this, don't eat that. So many don't will be there. It is a difficult whenever you see something you want to eat and you are not supposed to eat. That is called prayas. Andike anukunta. In the society also people use the word prayasi and priyudu. Prayasi, priyudu means in the beginning they will be tempting. Oh, this is my prayasi, this is my priyudu. Tempting. After and they will get marriage, and after a couple of years, couple of months, oh my God, now you see why I got the marriage. Oh my God. That is called prayas. So remember that this is not my language, my dear friends. I am absolutely using the Kathopanishad terminology. It is given in the Sanskrit. I am only translating with a little bit masala. That's it. But absolutely these words are coming from the Kathopanishad. So ability to discriminate between the Shreyas and Preyas, that is called discrimination. So when you develop this discrimination faculty, that is given in your manual as a sharpening intellect. Sharpening intellect takes place when the mind is calm and relaxed. When the mind is calm and relaxed means you are not disturbed by the emotions. When the more emotions are coming, the emotions are not balanced, this will create more ripples in the mind, more vrittis in the mind. And the more vrittis are coming in the mind, and they disturb to see the Swarupe Avasthanam, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Patanjali Maharshi says, we need to do the Chitta Vrittis Nirodha. When you do the Nirodha of the Chitta Vrittis, then you can able to see the Swarupe Avasthanam, you can establish in your own self. That means if I want to establish in my own self, what I need to do? I need to neutralize this Chitta Vrittis. Chitta Vrittis takes place in the mind. That means you calm down the mind, you develop the ability to discriminate. I will give one example. Our mind says, I like this, I want to eat it. Like a same example, sweet. And intellect comes and tells, hey, my dear mind, don't eat too many sweets. If you eat the too many sweets, you will be diagnosed as a diabetes. Hence, please avoid eating the sweets. That intellect says. Now here comes whether we should follow the intellect or we should follow the mind. If you are following the mind, that means you don't care the intellect, you will be interested to eat more and more. That means you are moving toward the prayers. So mind always takes us towards the prayers. Intellect always takes us towards the Shreyas. And both things are there in us. And Kathopanishad gives a beautiful example, a chariot example. In the chariot example, you know, all of you know the chariot, na? Ratham. So this chariot will have horses and the kalyam, the veins, the rope ఉంటుంది కదా, కట్టె దాని గుర్రాలకు కట్టేసి ఇట్లా పట్టుకుంటారు. And a charioteer, సారథి. దీన్ని ఏ విధంగా కంపేర్ చేస్తుందంటే కఠోపనిషత్తు, ఈ గుర్రాలని హార్సెస్ ఆర్ కంపేర్డ్ విత్ ద సెన్సెస్, మన ఇంద్రియాలు. హార్సెస్ ఆర్ కంపేర్డ్ విత్ ద ఇంద్రియాస్, సెన్సెస్. ఈ ఇంద్రియాలు ఏమైపోతుంటాయి అంటే, ఈ ఇంద్రియాలు అంటే ఈ గుర్రాలు, 4 గుర్రాలు 4 వైపులా లాగుతూ ఉంటాయి. ఈ 4 గుర్రాలు 4 వైపు లాగుతూ ఉంటే రథం ముందుకు వెళ్తుందా? ముందుకు వెళ్ళదు. రథం ముందుకు వెళ్ళాలంటే అన్ని గుర్రాలు ఒకే వైపు తీసుకొని వెళ్ళాలి, ముందుకు లాగాలి. సో వీఆర్ having the 5 senses. ఈ 5 senses are pulling us in a different direction. Eyes, hey, look at beautiful pictures, so nice, look at. Nose says, hey, nice smell is coming, come on, let us go and eat in this hotel, nice smell is coming, let us go. And some nice music comes, like a DJ Thinmar music, immediately your ear says, hey, come on, let us do the dance. Thinmar dance, nice music is coming, come on. Like all the five senses pulling us towards the five directions. ఈ రథం నడిపే వ్యక్తి ఏం చేస్తాడు? ఈ గుర్రాలని అదుపులో పెట్టడానికి ఆ కళ్ళెం ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో ఆ కళ్ళాన్ని గుర్రంకు ఒకవైపు కడతాడు, ఇంకొక చివర తను పట్టుకుంటాడు. కరెక్ట్? సో హోల్డింగ్ ద రెయిన్స్ ఇన్ ద హ్యాండ్స్, ఈ కళ్ళాన్ని చేతిలో పట్టుకొని ఆ రథ సారథి వాటిని అదుపులో పెడుతుంటాడు. ఈ కళ్యముని కఠోపనిషత్ ఏమని చెప్తుంది అంటే మైండ్ అని చెప్తుంది, మన యొక్క మనసు. అంటే మన ఇంద్రియాలని మనము అదుపులో పెట్టుకోవాలి అని అంటే మన మనసుని మనం అదుపులో పెట్టుకోవాలి. మనం ఏం చేస్తుంటాము? ఇంద్రియాలని కంట్రోల్ పెట్టుకోవాలని చెప్పి ఇంద్రియాల పైన మన యొక్క ప్రభావం చూపిస్తుంటాం. అక్కడ ఏదో ఉంది, నేను కళ్ళు మూసుకోవాలని చూడొద్దని మూసుకుంటూ ఉంటాం. కానీ మనసులో ఆలోచిస్తుంటాం, అరే నేను కళ్ళు మూసుకున్నాను కానీ అక్కడ నిజంగా ఏముందో అయ్యో నేను చూస్తే బాగుండు అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇంద్రియాలని అదుపులో పెట్టుకోవాలంటే మనసును నియంత్రణలో పెట్టుకోవాలి. గుర్రాలని అదుపులో పెట్టుకోవాలంటే ఆ కళ్యంని మనము అదుపులో పెట్టుకోవాలి. ఆ కళ్యంని ఎవరు అదుపులో పెడుతున్నారు? ద చారియేటియర్, రథ సారథి ఆ కళ్యంలని అదుపులో పెడుతున్నాడు. ఈ చారియేటియర్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ ఇంటలెక్ట్, బుద్ధి. ఈ బుద్ధి ఆ యొక్క కళ్యాలని కంట్రోల్లో పెడుతుంది. రథ సారథి ఆ కళ్యాలని అదుపులో పెడితేనే ఎప్పుడు కావాలంటే అప్పుడు ఆపుతాడు ఇంద్రియాలని, ఆ గుర్రాలని, ఎప్పుడు కావాలంటే అప్పుడు ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్తాడు. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు రథం వెళ్తూ ఉంది, ఆ రథం ఏం చేయాలి? నేను లెఫ్ట్ వైపుకి టర్న్ చేయాలి, ఎడమ దిక్కు మలచాలి. ఎడమ దిక్కు వెళ్ళాలంటే ఏం చేస్తాడు? ఎడమ వైపు ఉన్నటువంటి కళ్ళని గట్టిగా లాగుతాడు, కుడి దిక్కు ఉన్నటువంటి కళ్ళని వదిలిపెడతాడు. ఆటోమేటిక్ గా రథం అనేది ఎడమకు తిరుగుతుంది. ఇదంతా ఎక్కడ జరుగుతుంది? డ్రైవింగ్. ఇప్పుడంటే మోడర్న్ టైం, యు ఆర్ డ్రైవింగ్ ద స్టీరింగ్, సో యూ జస్ట్ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్. But when you are driving the ashwas, just a chariot, how you are take the chariot to the left side and right side? Everything is there only in that kalyam, the veins. The more you are able to control these veins, these reins, the more you can able to control the horses. Now, Kathopanishad, Lord Yamadharmaraj says, you gain the control over the mind. How can I gain the control over the mind, mastery over the mind? Keep the mind under the intellect. Chariot adupulo untunnai kallalu. So when your mind is under the control of the intellect, you will gain the mastery over your senses. A very beautiful example by the Kathopanishad. Lord Yama teaches to the Nachiketa. So this is the all-round personality development. So what is important here now? Ultimately, the intelligence, the difference between what is Shreyas, what is Preyas. When you know that and keep the mind under your control, mind under the control means don't think as a control. It is a training. It is a training. How to train the mind, Kathopanishad explains very beautifully. So this is the all-round personality development based on the 5 layers. Muscular level, deep muscles చాలా టైట్ గా ఉన్నాయి అనుకో, స్టిఫ్ అయిపోతాయి. సో we need to have the relaxation by shavasana, and pranic level through pranayama, mental level by meditation as well as pranayama, and emotional level by meditation again, and intellectual level by discriminative analysis or studying the scriptures. So, and all these things comes under yoga. Yoga is not only the asanas. In the last class we have discussed, yoga includes everything. Yoga is a way of life. Now this topic, now whatever I explained to you in a brief, like a summary of this why yoga. Now after the next session, now it is there in only another 1 minute. After the next session, we will see yoga for education and little more about how the personality development at each level. We will take the Panchakosha analysis from the Taittiriya Upanishad, and we will discuss that. Okay. So if you are having any question in another 1 minute, so far what we covered, you can ask.
Sir, as per the Kathopanishad, Patanjali, whatever the said regarding the yoga, any Kathopanishad said about yoga? Sir?
All the Upanishads talks about the yoga.
No, sir. Particular Kathopanishad, what is the definition of yoga or any?
Kathopanishad particular definition, I think in the last class we have seen, na? Stiram indriya dharanam. Tam yogamiti manyante stiram indriya dharanam. Kathopanishad. I think you have not studied the study material last class, last 1 week.
Yes, sir. Actually, my question is actually particular different type categorized regarding the yoga. So, which aspect actually Kathopanishad only indriyas controlling of the intellectuality, or any other applications with the Kathopanishad?
It starts from the indriyas and mind, intellect, and finally takes to the same goal.
Okay.
Even if you look at the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, then it takes to the Tadadrashta Swarupe Avasthanam.